Okay.
Spo, you mentioned before the game that they want to defend a lot like you do. How did you guys feel their defense, and what did it do to your offense tonight?
I mean, that's a very good defense. So are we, and I think this was probably a throwback game, just in terms of how many efforts were made on both sides of the floor. But they're active when you have open windows. You have to be able to attack and take advantage of them, or they're gone. And that's the best thing that happens if they're gone. The worst thing is it can be a deflection steal, which they did that a handful of times. But for the most part, I thought we managed that. In terms of some of the finer points of execution, that certainly could have been better. But doing it on the fly without Jimmy, you just got to do whatever you have to do. Try to get it to a possession game. We were pretty close to that. There were some swing moment possessions, offense and defense, both ends of the court. The last 3-4 minutes that it could have gone more in our favor. That's the unfortunate thing.
Jimmy, I guess, showed up ill. So was there a thought that you might have to go to plan B?
I'm not thinking any other thought. No, if guys say they can go, we're going. Right now.
You guys did a good job for the most part on the boards tonight, but late in the game, OKC was able to get some timely rebounds.
Yeah.
How
it wasn't like your typical beat you up on the glass. It was scrambling around, which Alexander has a way of manipulating the defense where you got a couple guys there, you're in rotation, and then there ends up being a long rebound, and that's the one. That obviously people are saying, "Oh, block out." You're not body to body on a lot of those, but those are those winning, defining plays. That if you come up with those, now you have an opportunity going down the other end, and those were really deflating plays after long possessions of scrambling around.
Bam's fortitude, 7 stitches above the eye to still come back, give you that double-double, show up at the end, make the game close. Just your thoughts on what he did to get himself back and to push through to the end.
Yeah, he's tough. You had no doubt that he was going to work his way back in there. If he could have just put a Band-Aid on there during the timeout, he would have gone back at that point. That's probably why we were able to keep them actually, but there were a lot of good defensive performances. It wasn't just Bam, but Bam allows you to do a lot of different things. At the end, we had him on Williams, and then he was still able to come back and get some key rebounds. That's just the kind of toughness that he brings.
So part of the reason Thunder are so good on defense is the way they affect 3-point shooting. What did they do to kind of affect the quality of the 3-point shots tonight?
Well, they have great closing speed, for sure. They disrupt some of your passing timing. They can barrel through screens, better than most teams. We did have some opportunities. It wasn't going to be a game where we shot 53s, but we did have some open looks. And when you're playing against a team like this, you probably have to capitalize on a few more of those. I look at it more like, can you generate some open looks? And they had us jammed up for sure. Some possessions, other possessions. I thought we've made some progress. You can definitely see that we're able to generate things in our wheelhouse.
In the second half, there were a couple stretches where Shea or Jalen, they could just pull up and just get almost anything they wanted in mid-range. And I was just wondering the challenge behind being able to contain them when they're just being able to dribble, drive, and just draw attention from the defense.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that they can do at all three levels. They can play make. Alexander also can draw fouls as good as anybody, so you have to be really, really disciplined. But everybody has to be on alert, code red, and you have to make some plays. And we did. He's a great player, so you're not going to hold a guy like that down to 15 points. But you got to scramble around, hopefully keep their team average down. We did that for the most part, but we weren't able to put points on the board. All right, thank you.